Let's talk about vitamin deficiencies in mental institutions. Is it common? I think it's extremely common. It's a topic and a connection that is just extremely ignored. And of course, there's not a lot of money you can make using nutrients versus using medications. But Dr. Georgia Ede, U.S. psychiatrist, great data she has using the diet and intermittent fasting, and put some links down below of some great talks that she's given. But she said, well, why should the brain be any different than any other organ in the body? And the huge connection between what you put in your mouth, refined carbs and sugar, and how it affects your mental state. She also talks about inflammation in the brain and too much oxidative stress altering your entire physiology and your mood state and your mental state. And so there's a growing field, and I think it's going to keep growing, in connecting vitamin deficiencies and mental health. Let's take schizophrenia, for example. There's been great results using vitamin B3, large amounts of vitamin B3 in improving this right here, as well as vitamin D and even folate. And then we have depression, vitamin D deficiency, and omega-3 deficiencies. Now, if you have anemia and you're low on B12, that can also create depression. But if you're deficient in vitamin D, your mood will definitely crash down, and that could be the reason why someone's depressed. And you have to ask yourself, like, how many people are actually ended up in a mental institution that originally this started from having a vitamin deficiency? And then they're put on a medication which creates side effects, and they're put on another medication, side effects, and now who knows what's causing what. Let's take bipolar, for example. I'm going to put some links down below of how keto can greatly improve by being bipolar. Apathy could be a severe B1 deficiency. If you're low in B1, you have a lot of problems mentally. You can have anxiety, you can have panic attacks, you can have ADD, ADHD. And of course, I have to clarify, you're not going to end up in a mental institution if you have ADD or ADHD. I just added this to the mix. If you're low in omega-3 fatty acids, it's going to affect your concentration. It's going to affect your brain. Obsessive compulsive disorder has been linked to a zinc deficiency and also low taurine. So by taking zinc and taurine, which is an amino acid, you can improve this. I'll put some links down below for that as well. All right, then we have psychosis. If someone is deficient in vitamin B1, they're going to have problems with very specific parts of the brain that could lead to psychosis. And so I think the way of the future is to use nutrition over drugs, and even adding diet with fasting can be huge. And so I just wanted to emphasize this one last point with fasting. You would think if you starved someone and just restricted eating, that they would be more depressed or add more stress. But what happens is, as your body adapts to fat burning, all sorts of miraculous things happen with their brain. Their brain cells actually start growing. Their mood starts to elevate. Their cognitive function starts to improve. So if you're new to my channel, I put some links down below about intermittent fasting as well, so you can learn about that, but it's quite remarkable. Thanks for watching.